I think that we were really screwed when it came to learning about relationship dynamics, right? We were raised by film and television that taught us about fantasies and fairy tales that aren't real. And not only that, but, many of us were raised in dysfunctional families where, parents just displayed dysfunctional dynamics and stuff, and then we learned that stuff, and we wonder why the fuck people ghost each other today. People don't have communication skills. People don't know how to be emotionally regulated. They don't know how to just stand there and listen. Holding space. People have a very challenging time holding space. Um, Talking over each other, that happens often. And, it's just like relationships really require showing up and, just being present with whatever's there, right? It's not always going to be easy. And I'm just really like, I'm I'm kind of exhausted of all of these ideas, all of these things of, oh, it's supposed to be this way, it's supposed to be that way. Relationships are from what I've learned, especially through healing, relationships are a very individually unique experience. And this kind of like groupthink that comes with society is honestly just overdone. It's fucking annoying at this point. Um, Whether you want to be with one person, multiple people, it really all comes down to an individual's choice, right? And I think that a lot of people try to, you know, persuade other people to follow this, that, or the other way because they're comfortable with it. And it's just bullshit. There are so many boundaries that come with relationships that for some people are non-existent because they just don't have boundaries, or they're permeable and they're being violated. People need to be allowed to just be themselves and to have whatever kind of relationships they want to. Um, that's just the reality of it. But other than that, like the mixture between what film and television taught us in terms of these fantasy fairy tale relationships, of the rush of love and everything. What I'm learning is that love is a choice. It's something that you wake up and kind of like you you do. You show up and you communicate your wants and needs. There's no fucking mind reading, right? No one's gonna read your fucking mind. Um, and it's just like the rush, the infatuation after it dies and everything. Then people are like, oh well, I guess it's over. Time to find the next one. It's like, no, you just learned a very superficial idea of relationships that's not even real, and then you also learned dysfunctional dynamics and patterns from your parents and everything, and it's just wild to watch and everything. At this point in my life, I'm doing a lot of, looking inward at myself and just recognizing all of the bullshit that I've partaken, anyway. Just all the ways that I've approached relationships and kind of just like not communicating as necessary. And it's just so interesting. It's really interesting to look at. Yeah, relationships are not some fairy tale fantasy thing. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be uncomfortable. If you're with the right person, it's going to feel great though because you feel safe. Doesn't mean that it's always going to be easy, but if you have those foundational necessary dynamics, that structure in place, it will really transform how you experience relationships. But yeah, it really sucks that there's this whole other aspect of life that I have to unlearn now, because I mean, I not just that I have to unlearn now. I've been unlearning it, but relationships are not what we see on film and television. It's not this fantasy fairy tale thing of if you find the right person, if you find a good person and things mesh well, it's great. It really is. Um, but film and television, they show us dynamics that are exceedingly dysfunctional, and you see society mirroring that and everything. All these different dating apps, it's like, I don't know. It's fucking fast, and it's too fast. Like I don't think it's really the best thing. I think that I don't think it's really necessary or even fair for me to just like kind of like go into that space and like say what I think or like project because it's really none of my business. But um, I'm just really here to say that it sucks that society was taught of these dysfunctional dynamics because it's created a really fucked up imbalance in society. Um, like, oh, I guess it's not working anymore, like a relationship. No, you just need to understand that the infatuation, the thing that you think is love is really just short lived and it's going to fade away, and then you're going to have to either choose to continue to maintain a relationship with a person because you really care about them and you see compatibility and you see things mesh, or you decide that it's the time to move on and that's it. Like it's just I really dislike that I was taught of these dysfunctional dynamics and shown these ideas of relationships as being like, this fairy tale fantasy thing, and that, like, oh, this incredible feeling's supposed to last forever. Why is it dying off? Like, no, it's it's stupid. We were taught bullshit, and that's the reality of it.